The beginnings of Egypt's gods, a tale of creation and power. Imagine a time when nothing existed, just an endless, chaotic void. Out of this primal emptiness, a great force emerged, a massive pyramid called Ben, rising from the dark, swirling waters. Atop it bloomed a lotus flower, and from its petals, the great sun god Ra was born, bringing light into the world, transforming chaos into order. From this point, the universe began to take shape. Ra, the first and most powerful of the gods, gave birth to two children, Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. Together, they explored the vast, endless waters that covered the earth. But Ra, worried they wouldn't return, sent a messenger to bring them back. When they finally did, Ra's joy was so immense that humanity was born from his tears, marking the beginning of life on earth. Shu and Tefnut, united by Ra's will, gave birth to Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, the goddess of the sky. With them, the earth and the heavens were formed, and Ra ruled the universe with supreme power. He was the king of the gods, the giver of light, and the provider of Egypt's fertile lands. His greatest gift was the Nile, which would give rise to a glorious civilization. But even Ra, wise as he was, saw the future. He knew his descendants would one day overthrow him. Fearing this, he forbade Nut and Geb from having more children. But defying Ra's command, they gave birth to four powerful gods: Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. The rise of Osiris and the betrayal of Seth. Osiris, beloved by all, became the ruler of the earth. Under his reign, the world flourished. But Seth, Osiris's ambitious brother, had other plans. Consumed by envy, Seth wanted to seize the throne for himself. What followed was a series of betrayals that would change the world forever. Seth tricked Osiris into a coffin and cast it into the Nile, where Osiris drowned. The world was plunged into grief, and the Nile flooded with Ra's tears. But this wasn't the end of Osiris's story. Isis, his devoted wife, searched tirelessly for his body. When she found him, Seth discovered it too, and in a fit of rage, dismembered Osiris, scattering his body parts across Egypt. Isis, aided by her sister Nephthys and Anubis, the god of the dead, found every piece and brought Osiris back together. With her divine powers, Isis resurrected him, but Osiris could never again rule the living. He became the lord of the underworld, forever guarding the spirits of the dead. The birth of Horus and the battle for the throne. Isis, now a mother, gave birth to Horus, the god of the sky, who swore to avenge his father's death and reclaim the throne that was rightfully his. The stage was set for a battle that would last for ages. Horus versus Seth. Horus, determined and fierce, took on Seth in a series of trials to decide who would rule. The gods themselves watched as Horus and Seth clashed, their destinies intertwined. One of the trials was a test of endurance. Both Horus and Seth transformed into hippopotamuses and were submerged in the Nile for months, testing their strength and survival. But Seth, ever the trickster, didn't stop there. He invited Horus to a feast, pretending to offer peace, only to later attempt to dishonor Horus, making him unworthy of the throne. Horus, however, managed to outsmart Seth, thwarting his schemes and claiming his rightful place. The gods, impressed by Horus's resilience, finally granted him the throne. Thus, Horus rose to power, bringing light and prosperity to Egypt, ending the chaos Seth had caused and restoring balance to the world. Egypt was once again under the rule of a just and mighty god. Ra's eternal journey through the underworld. Even as Horus claimed his throne, Ra, the sun god, continued his eternal journey. As the most powerful of the gods, Ra traveled each day across the sky in his solar boat, lighting up the world. But as night approached, Ra descended into the underworld, where he faced the serpent Apophis, a symbol of chaos that sought to destroy him. Every night, Apophis tried to swallow Ra's boat, blocking out the light forever. But Ra, with his divine power, always defeated the serpent. Despite his age, Ra refused to let the world fall into darkness. Alongside him traveled traveled Seth, who, after losing to Horus, was condemned to defend Ra against Apophis, ensuring the safety of the sun god's journey. Together, Ra and Seth fought back the forces of chaos, keeping the universe in balance and ensuring that light always triumphed over darkness. Anubis, Bastet, and the afterlife. Among the most important gods of Egypt were Anubis and Bastet. Anubis, with the head of a jackal, was the god of mummification and the protector of the dead. He guided souls to the afterlife, weighing their hearts against the feather of truth. If the heart was light, the soul was pure, and it would be allowed to join Osiris in the afterlife. If not, it would be devoured by the demon Ammit, ensuring only the righteous would live on. Bastet, the cat goddess, was also a protector of Egypt. With the head of a lioness, or domestic cat, she was the guardian of home, family, and the forces of light. Cats were revered in ancient Egypt, and harming one was considered an unforgivable sin. Bastet's strength and grace made her a beloved figure, ensuring that chaos and darkness would never overtake Egypt. Even after the fall of the great Egyptian empire, the legacy of these gods, Ra, Osiris, Horus, Anubis, and Bastet, lives on. Their stories of power, betrayal, love, and resurrection are timeless, reminding us that light and order will always rise above chaos.